Hi, I'm Shay.
And I'm Erica.
And we are The Ish.
Today we're sitting down with this fellow.
My name is Dan Sadowski.
You play in Jessie LaBelle's band as well as The Little Black Dress, and you DJ. Just a jack of all trades. Talk about
I
it.
guess so. I like to dip into lots of different things.
You've toured Canada with Jessie LaBelle and his band. Have you been on other tours, and where else have you gone, or just around Canada?
I think as it stands now, I've played, in the bands that I've played in every state except for Alaska and Hawaii, and every province except for Nunavut.
Wow. Cool.
Because the other two don't count, like like the Northwest Territories and the Yukon Territories. They're not actually provinces, they're territories. So they don't count.
How many instruments do you play and what are they?
I usually have like a big thing of guitars hanging on my wall over there, but I lent out a couple and a couple are in cases because we have a show tomorrow, so we're kind of packed up. Lots of guitars everywhere and behind me.
Nifty.
And we had a drum kit in here till last week. We took it out because we had a big party for my birthday, which I think you guys wished me a happy birthday.
Yeah,
so
we did.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Bass. I play bass sometimes. Piano a little bit. Drums, not so much. I tried to play drums, and an awful thing.
Why is your band called Little Black Dress instead of Little Black Booties?
Instead of Little Black Booties?
Yeah.
Because I don't think everyone would like understand the Little Black Booties.
Oh.
Everyone knows and like has seen a Little Black Dress, but not everyone has seen the Little Black Booties. I think it's like a privilege to have seen the Little Black Booties, and you guys definitely have. And next time, you know what? Next time, like I come through Alberta, I'll definitely have to make sure that I have a pair of those Little Black Booties.
I agree.
Yeah.
What's your greatest accomplishment so far?
I would say hearing a song that I wrote and sang on and like, you know, helped to do everything for a band that I started, hearing that on the FM radio, that was probably the coolest thing. The coolest thing was doing the throw for it, which is when you say like, "Hey, I'm Dan from Little Black Dress, and you're listening to Call the Paparazzi on 107.5," and then they went into the song. And it was like right after a Tayo Cruz song, and I was like, Tayo Cruz and the Little Black Dress. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
And that was probably like the happiest, most accomplished moment, I'd say.
Who are the coolest cats or coolest cat you've ever worked with or met?
I'm pointing at you two here, but you can't see. Well, these two. You two are the coolest cats I've ever worked with.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Yes. I forget what venue it was, I forget what city it was. It was during this summer. We were playing in the same place as a woman named Sarah Harmer, who's an acoustic, like, kind of, like, folky, roots, rocky, really, really awesome musician. And when I met her, like, you know, I introduced myself and I was like, I'm Dan, I'm playing in this venue also, and she's like, hey, I'm Sarah, and I was just like, I couldn't hold it. I was like, oh my God, you're Sarah Harmer, that's so cool. Other than that, there's nothing else that really strikes me as being like, I don't really have any other memories of like being crazily starstruck. And I think there's like when it's Toronto time, like I've DJ'd a lot of like film festival events and been around the film festival a lot, and there's a lot of celebrities everywhere. for some reason, when I met Sarah Harmer backstage at one of our venues, I was like, couldn't contain myself.
What type of music do you listen to?
I'm trying to think of like what, like lately I've been trying to trying to branch out. I've been asking everyone what should I be listening to and what's new and what's getting you get excited these days. And for the last day or two, I've been listening to the Black Keys. I was actually listening to it. I fell asleep to it last night, and at 6 in the morning, the neighbor in the other flat apartment, I guess, started banging on the wall. It was 6 in the morning, and it got to this really epic part of the song, and it just started the bass started booming, and everything just kind of went crazy. And I woke up. I don't know how I slept through it in the first place, but so last night I was listening to Black Keys. Someone just showed me Two Door Cinema Club, I think it's called. It was really, really cool. My all-time favorite jam, believe it or not, is Fall Out Boy. It's like my guilty pleasure, but not really, because I think Patrick, the singer, is just unreal, so it's not really guilty at all. I grew up on a whole bunch of other stuff, a lot of acoustic stuff and a lot of older stuff, because I have older siblings.
So Call the Paparazzi, we like it a lot, and Rouge.
Yeah.
Is Call the Paparazzi an album or just a single?
Call the Paparazzi is just a single for now. It's going to be on a full-length album that we kind of didn't want to take a break from playing shows, and we kind of didn't want to take a break from recordings, so what we're doing is both at the same time, playing lots of shows, recording lots as well. And I don't think we're going to have a full length probably for another 6 months or a year. But between the three of us, we've been recording a couple new songs and they're sounding amazing. And so we're pretty stoked on these new ones. And I don't know, when there's a release, it'll be a big deal, and we'll hopefully tour off it extensively, and the Little Black Dress will come too.
What's your favorite word?
My favorite word? Like my favorite word, or my favorite, or like the word that I use most often.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I have two favorite words. One is effervescent, and the other one is cacophonous. Cacophonous is it's rooted in cacophony, which is kind of like mayhem.
Oh, okay.
It's just an obnoxiously large word for mayhem or craziness.
I like it.
And effervescent, I think, I know a lot of people who, to me, their personalities are really kind of bubbly, I guess, and so I've described a lot of my friends as effervescent.
What's your least favorite word?
I can't even say it.
What's the greatest compliment you've ever received?
Compliments, I think the greatest compliments come in form of action as opposed to words, and I think the greatest and best compliment I could have ever received is when people come see my bands play. People care enough to come to see what I'm doing and what I've been working so hard on. And a couple of weeks ago, we sold out this venue in Toronto. The Little Black Dress sold out this venue in Toronto, and I took it as a huge compliment. It was really important to me, and it was really it made my heart burst because I was so happy to have all those people there. That was maybe my biggest compliment.
Have you ever straightened your hair?
I haven't personally, but someone has straightened my hair for me. Yeah, and it was it didn't last, and it didn't look good. Like my hair was straight, and then we like walked over to our friend's house. This was in in the States. It was on tour at the time. And we walked outside, and it was like kind of drizzling outside. And you know, I guess you guys would know if you like straighten your hair and it gets wet, it just goes curly again. But maybe not. Maybe that's me. I don't know. But it didn't really work.
Okay, now we're gonna do a speed round. Team BlackBerry, iPhone, or Android?
Excellent. iPhone.
Pepsi, Coke, or iced tea?
Iced tea.
Facebook, Twitter, or MySpace?
Twitter.
Jessie LaBelle, Faber Drive, or Emily Osment?
Danny Fernandez.
Starbucks, Second Cup, or Tim Hortons?
Starbucks, but I should say Tim Hortons.
So what does a usual day in the life of Dan Sadowski consist of?
I usually wake up late because I usually don't go to sleep really late. I play guitar. I usually try to schedule at least a meeting a day. Today I happen to have 4 for some reason. It was a big day. And write, rehearse. Sometimes I forget to eat because I'm so busy.
Are you a signed artist, or is that something you're working towards?
We will sign when we get an amazing deal. But everything that we're doing now is working towards getting signed so we can do less of the business and more of the music.
What are some goals you have for the future?
I want to play a halftime show someday.
That'd be cool.
Everything I do will lead up to that. Yeah, we played a halftime show once, but it wasn't at the Super Bowl, so it doesn't really count.
Do you have a plan B in case music really doesn't work out?
So, yeah, it's not really up to me. Like, music is going to be in my life no matter what, and either the little black dress takes me where I want to be, or or whatever it is. There's always a plan B, C, D, E, and forever, because that's just what happens. Life is made up of like minutes and hours and weeks and months, and whatever you happen to do during that month will dictate what plan B is going to be, or plan C is going to see.
Is there an ultimate venue you'd like to play at?
The moon. I want to play on the moon.
That'd be sweet.
Or a place that fans can purchase your music?
Yeah, there's we started a site. We started selling our music on a site called Bandcamp. Bandcamp.com, like the littleblackdress.bandcamp.com. And I think just Call the Paparazzi's up there right now, but we're going to be putting up more music as it comes out. Otherwise, right now it's just iTunes, which actually kind of seems, like not enough avenues to go through. But we're gonna put these new songs up on iTunes when they're ready, and there's a site called Groove Shark. I don't know if you guys know about it, but you can just stream all the music, like all the Little Black Dress stuff. You can stream off of Groove Shark as well. So Groove Shark, Reverb Nation, Bandcamp, iTunes, MySpace, and I think Facebook. I think there's a player on Facebook that you can check out.
Your recent trip to Israel, was that business or pleasure?
Pleasure. It's a little pleasure.
If you had a mustache, what would it look like?
It would be one of those French ones that spun around that I could twist the ends of.
Are talking animal movies enjoyable for you?
Cartoons, yes. Real life, no. Real life cartoon, real life talking animal would pick me up.
So thank you for doing this.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for doing it. Those were like fantastic interview questions.
Good.
I really like the speed round too.
Good.
The paparazzi call the paparazzi. The paparazzi call the shots like I see. The paparazzi. paparazzi, the paparazzi, call the paparazzi, the paparazzi. Yeah. The girls are normally put outward, even the boys are normally straight, stay put. Everyone's there to pick up and the party's good.
I'm on Skype with Erica and Shay from the West Coast. Guys, it's Andrew Stricko.
Hi!
That's cool. That's fancy.
That's very fancy.